People have said to all of us on the show, aren't you afraid that the aliens will, if there are any out there and they take a look at us, they'll say the same thing about us. What awful savages, they're not worth saving, let's wipe them out. And no, we don't think that at all. One day I was sitting here and we had a sandbox out here when my kids were younger, and we saw them sitting out there banging themselves, each other over the head with their shovels, and then hugging and kissing and then throwing sand in the faces. And I remember my attitude was, they're healthily aggressive little creatures. They're really going to be something when they grow up. And I think that's how advanced aliens would look at us. And I think this governed many of our attitudes in the show toward aliens and toward human, quote, savagery. Computers don't frighten me. I think that we humans will make them a tool. I doubt that computers are ever going to take us over.
And it revealed the final outcome of our current timeline.
And what is that outcome?
A future in which all sentient life in our galaxy has been eradicated.
When we have finally created a new life form, which will be the machine and computer. And then we will have to learn to relate with this the same way that we have to learn to relate with each others and with porpoises and other aliens if we should meet them. We have some very exciting times ahead of us.
Rick used to he had a bust on his desk of Gene Roddenberry, a little bust, and he put a blindfold around it. And for things that Gene shouldn't see, how he would put it. When there was something being discussed in the office, some part of the canon that he felt that we were violating, Rick would put the blindfold over Gene's eyes so that his eyes wouldn't be offended by it. He took it very seriously, his responsibility. He felt he had the responsibility to maintain Gene's legacy. Like Gene had given him this show that wasn't Rick's show. He didn't create, he didn't agree with all the rules of it, but Rick felt very, very strongly that it was his job to be the guardian of the flame.
And obviously something cataclysmic went down that changed everything. The world that Burnham walks into immediately feels like nothing you've seen in Star Trek before.
The great bird of the galaxy, Gene Roddenberry, and he talked to me about his remarkable vision of the future. One day he told me this: in the 24th century, there will be no hunger and there will be no greed. And he believed it, and he made me believe it, and to this day, it's one of many philosophies that have stirred our imagination and kept this legend alive for over 25 years. Thank you, Gene, for creating an extraordinary world we'd all like to live in, and a wondrous future to which we all can aspire.